Hey there. Good afternoon. Happy Sunday. Whew. So, I am really happy just to be here in this moment. It was communicated to me that the last video was great, and that maybe more would be also great. I can't make any promises. But I do really still like the premise of sharing just silly things that really are of no major consequence. There's so much meaning in what we societally deem as useless. Beauty, for instance, has no utilitarian quality, but to me it's like a vital nutrient, the true vitamin B. So the few things I'd like to share are very much just homey, silly sweetnesses that maybe you might enjoy incorporating into your life, or maybe, just enjoy my enjoyment of them. So I'd like to start off with something incredibly benign. Doesn't that sound exciting? And what that is actually some matches. I've been decorating matchbooks, because why not? But also because if you've ever really paid attention to the difference between, I really like this one, lighting a match and using a lighter, there is something inarguably more romantic about the process of match lighting. This one's really nice because I have birds all the time at my window. So you can do this if you feel like you want some sort of mindless little craft. Here's my other one. I love this one. That will transform your lighting implement into an altar item. All you need is a magazine and some glue, and those matchbooks are really cheap. You can get that anywhere. Speaking of glue, I like to cut things. I find it to be really therapeutic and relaxing. So a few days ago, I was at the drugstore and I came across a ream of construction paper for like $3, and so I thought, that's a very non-threatening purchase. I think I'll go for it. And so I bought this ream of construction paper, and what I would, point out is that often when we do crafts, there's like this tendency to be focused on the outcome, and I think construction paper is a really great medium because it's what we give like tiny babies and it's just so non-threatening as a craft item. It's nothing like a white piece of watercolor paper, So this is what I did, and the first thing I did isn't really just like indicative of being in a child mode. Oh, look at the cutesy little thing. Fine art. Okay, and then it gets kind of cool. I started just playing with the shapes. I like this one. This looks like a person. I like this one a great deal. And so it's just a really nice thing if you grab a pair of scissors and some paper, listening to some music or an audiobook and just like cutting out shapes and moving them around the page. I think it's probably something a lot of people could enjoy right now. So what else is there? There was something else. Oh, two things. I'd like to read to you a very brief passage from the book that I recently finished. I'm quite proud of having finished it because it was over 800 pages, and at one point I definitely thought I wouldn't make it because I started reading other books, which is sort of my Achilles heel, but I made it. And even through all 820 pages, riveting, beautiful writing, wonderful plot, exciting, mysterious. It's called The Luminaries by Eleanor Catton. And what stuck out was something from kind of the middle beginning of the book and will kind of, I think, remain in my mind for quite a while. And I'm going to share it with you. So, a little context, this is a moment where two men are in the same vicinity, and they've known each other for a very long time, like 20 plus years. And one of the men sees the other man, but doesn't let his presence be known. He's just observing from afar. His old acquaintance was very much changed since their last encounter. His proud face was much disfigured, and a decade in jail had lent a muscled bulk to his chest and arms. His posture was familiar, however. He was standing with his shoulders slightly rounded, and the backs of his hands against his hips, as in the days of old. How strange, Ah Suk thought later, that one's gestures remain the same, even as the body changes, weathers, and gives itself over to age, as though the gestures were the real vessel, the vase to the body's flower. As though the gestures were the real vessel, the vase to the body's flower. And with that, I'm going to leave you with a bouquet that I made. This is something that you might do if you go on walks and you find like fallen branches. And sometimes there's a hillside with a great number of the same plant. And I like to, pick a flower or a plant if I actually ask the plant first. First using just kind of biological discernment. Okay, is there enough in this land that would be okay for me to take a few? And then using spiritual discernment to really feel into the life of the plant and to feel like if this is something that's going to be respectful of its life and non-detrimental. Okay, I will show you what I created. Oh, and one last little note. What's nice about these kinds of bouquets is if you like flowers in your home, which I really do, but you don't like to spend the money, you can buy the cheaper sort of filler flowers like carnations, and then add bulk and texture and green using the things that you find on your walk. Here we go. So these are the carnations that I bought. And these are some kind of amazing oat straw flower that smell like delicious granola that I want to eat. And then these are pine that are getting a little dry, but pine needles. And then the carnations I bought. Isn't that kind of nice? And I thought it was a fitting end with that beautiful passage by Eleanor Catton. Okay, sweet ones. Thank you so much for joining me with this little moment of important uselessness. And I wish you the best. I wish you a beautiful experience in your own home with yourself. I know that it's intense, and sometimes bringing in nurturing simple crafts and things like books can really add cushion to the intensity of these times, which I firmly believe is an important part of enjoying life, is seeking the beauty as it seeks you. Okay, I love you. Mwah! Bye.